What's up, y'all? It's Jam and Sam, and today we're going to restore a Secret of Mana. And we're going to start with The Little Sprite, which is the song that plays whenever you meet one of the characters in a cave, in a dwarf village of some kind, I think. And here's how it sounds. So I've already got all my instruments loaded that I think I'll need. Now we're just going to go through it channel by channel. I almost forgot the that little synth Q sound. I call it a Q sound. It should be here somewhere. Guess it got deleted somehow. Okay, that's fine. I got it from the Roland R8, so I'll just go and grab that. There we go. So that would be this, and let's save this in the mana folder. There we go. Refresh the browser, and then drop it in. Now, let's see, the lower note I think is actually the high Q. And it changes, it repeats every bar and then it changes around here. So it looks like that last section has both kicks and, yeah. So now this section, some of these are kicks and most of them are high Qs. So it sounds like okay, so the kick is on every 2 and 4, but then on the second bar it's late. So let me see. Let me just select all of these except for the last note, because the last note is where the loop starts. And so we copy that, and then we make find first empty, call this beat. And then I'm going to put this into the kick line, and then just kind of select all the lower notes. But also, let me cut this, and then this is going to be the high Q. So we'll paste that here. And now we have some here that are kicks. So if I just go Control Shift, select, I can select more than one. And then I just cut that and paste it back into the kick line. Okay, so historically the kick has been this note. Let's see how that does. Nah, maybe this. But the high Q sounds right. Maybe that was originally right. Let's see. Wait, no. No, that's too low. That's too high. So I just need to find the right note. It's also not ringing out that entire tail, I don't think. So let's drag the out knob. But it is a little bit more than that. Now the high Q. High Q is definitely on the right note. I can hear because it actually has a discernible note, like there's a frequency in there. Whoops. So that's our beat pretty much. Maybe the kick needs a little bit tune. Maybe the kick is a little bit too high. That's good. Nice. Okay, now what we need to do is let me give these two a mixer track. Let me put the kick in 1 and the Q in 2. And let me call this kick. And this is the Q. So now we can move on to the next one. Ah, we have a closed hi-hat. And I do believe the hi-hats were from the U220. Let me see. But I didn't actually record a note of those like I should. I would just use the VST. It's down here. This one. No reverb. Turn the reverb off. Yes. Okay, and let's take the volume. Let's kind of multiply the volume a bit. Let me go to 150%. This note right here. So let's call this hi-hat. And let me go to the MIDI, and it's the second channel. So I think that's only does hi-hats. Let me see. Let me check the instrument change thing. It stays the same except for here. The last 4 bars it changes instruments. Like it has some more stuff going on in there. Which that means that it even here it actually, well, it doesn't even change instruments. What? Wait a minute, this is a different thing. It's this one right here. I was getting mixed up. And then in that last part, oh, it changes to the open hat. Wow, so let's grab that line and then copy and paste. Let's put it in a new one. Let's call this hi-hats. Wait. Find first empty. Hi-hats. And so, what note do we need here? Let's see. Here we go, down here. And then I think every... Wait a minute, why does this end on a half a bar? That's not right. I think I missed some. Let me copy that again. Yeah, I definitely missed some there. So let me Shift I to invert the selection and then delete. And that'll give us exactly what we need. Except that we have the closed hi-hat, or the open hi-hats, in the last part there. Wow. So let me see. I'm not exactly sure what note that is because it's going by very fast, but let me look at it in the patch changes. So these are the changes right here. And then if we go to set our snap to, it looks like it's every quarter. Let's see, this is a quarter note, so it's every 1 and 1, 2, 3, 1 E. It's every E, which is the offbeat of the quarter note. So that would be this. So basically it's just all of this. So, and we only have, that pretty much just repeats, right? There's I think it repeats every bar. So we can cut all these out. And then let's add our, playlist clips. And then this last bar, let me set my snap to be bar. So we slice the bar and then just duplicate. More Secret of Mana, nice. What song are you restoring today? We are restoring A Little Sprite. I'll move the window over here so I can see what's going on in chat today. Yeah, it's called A Little Sprite. It's the song that plays whenever you go to the cave and then the dwarf. It's like the dwarf village or something like that. But let's see. I'm gonna go grab some water for a second. I'll be right back. All right. Okay, now. So we have a drum beat. We have a pretty good drum beat going. Let's move this down here. And then anything else can go above that. And so now we can move on to the other part. Well, actually, let's give the hi-hats a mixer track. So that's going to go to 3. And then let's see. What do we have in the next channel? So just claps so far. Let's see. And then we have something else after. Oh, then the castanets come in. And then what do we have in that second section? So just more claps. So I think it's only the claps and the castanet changing. Yeah, it is. So let's grab the claps. Let's go to Find First Empty. Call this claps. Call this extra percussion, or just call this percussion, really. Let's paste it here, and then let's see. Let me tune that clap first. And let me kind of remove that tail. That sounds good. Let me play that again. Maybe not all the tail. That sounds right. So it's just... maybe one note lower. Yeah, maybe not. That's fine. No, wait. That sounds right. I'll roll with that one. So now the castanets is, let's see. Like this. And then we copy. And then this the castanets go at bar 4 or bar 5. So let's paste that there. And then I'm pretty sure it's just going to be at center note. So whatever note is playing, E6, we just set that as the root note. Nice. So let's add that percussion into the mix. And then we insert one here because we're going to put instruments over that. Nice. Was it hard to find the samples for this game? Some of them were hard to find. Most of them were covered on the spreadsheet that is linked in all the videos. But like this castanets, like I didn't even know these were castanets for a long time. I just thought it was some kind of click, and so that was really hard to find. And I'm still looking for one wave that's used in the boss music that I have no idea where it comes from. So those two sounds gave me a lot of trouble. And one is still giving me a lot of trouble. Because not all the sounds are covered in the spreadsheet. Wait, no, the video, like, there's a video game music spreadsheet that I did not link in the videos. I linked to my spreadsheet because it's more complete, but there's another spreadsheet, there's a popular video game music spreadsheet. That is, you can find them in a link to the past videos. They're linked there because those were complete. But those, the one like that one is partially complete on that spreadsheet. But on my spreadsheet, it's almost complete except for that one I'm missing. But it was hard to find some of these. Anyway, we're gonna go take the next channel. So this is the marimbas. And so these are spread pan. As you can see, there's like, they're panned two separate ways. Like one is to the right and one is to the left. So the top, so wait, it'll show me in the MIDI. So, and I think this should be all marimbas all the way. So, oh, it does change once actually. So it changes at the end. Let's see what it changes to. So sounds like it changes to a harmonica. No, it changes to an organ. And it actually changes back to a different, to the harmonica. I think, no, the other one changes to the harmonica. This one's just the organ. So what we want to do is copy this line. Let's Control C to copy the whole thing. And then we find First Empty and go, call it marimba. And then we paste it in, I have one labeled marimba already. This is the SCV, Sound Canvas VA from Roland. And it's from it was used in this sound was used in the Roland U220 and the SC55. And it's, by default, the color we want to change to channel 1. So let's select channel 1 and Alt-C to change it. And I almost forgot we want to up the volume multiplier to 150%. And so this channel, let me see, this one is going to be panned. This is the channel that's used right here, and like for the MIDI, and it's 58% to the right. So let's go 58 right. And then we're going to clone, well, actually, I have to remove the organ notes first. These are where the organ notes are, and I think that channel is, it goes straight back, yeah. So this is all marimba then, and this last note is part of the loop, so we don't need it. And then, let's see. I'm going to go clone this. And then the other channel is going to be 58% to 56% to the left specifically. So we're going to paste that value. And I'm going to give this a mixer track and put the other layer in it as well. And so now we grab the other layer. And I'm gonna just Control C to copy the whole thing and paste it. Oh, what? It didn't even copy. I hate when FL Studio does that. It just straight up like, or it's something with my computer. But it just straight up doesn't copy when I press Control C sometimes. So Control C. No, wait, that's the lower channel. This is it. Why is it the same note? There's no way. That is weird. Okay, so let's undo that. Something's going on here. I might have maybe I copied the wrong line to begin with. I don't know. Let me copy this one. Maybe I just did the wrong line. Maybe I have to switch them around. Yeah, I did the wrong line. So that's fine. I'll just switch around the panning and let's see. This one goes 258. And I have to send the other one to channel 1 too. So select channel 1 and Alt C to change. And so let me just move this one above it so I don't get confused. So this one is an organ. And the rest should be marimbas. So let's see. Yes, that's the marimba. Now, so in the second layer, none of this is marimba. This is a harmonica right here. I can cut that. And then that's pretty much the marimba. And that's the right octave, right? Let me see. I think it's an octave lower. Yeah, definitely an octave lower. On a side, I see some people are starting to receive their DKC2 and 3 records. I hear the new ones sound excellent and better and look better too. Oh, I don't know about looking better, but they should look the same. But there's one track in DK2 and DK3 that is actually slower now. So we're working on getting replacements to those. But Token Tango and from DK2 and Jangle Bells from DK3 is actually slower than it should be. So we just have to replace those 2 discs now. Thanks, man. Glad you like the mug. All right, so we have our marimba line. Let's drop that in there, and then insert 1 because we're gonna put stuff above that. Now we want to take care of that organ line. Those 4 notes here. Let's see. Let's grab that. And the panning for this one. Let's see. Let me set it right here. So these are also going to be spread pan. It's going to be the same pan as for the marimba. So in the let's find first empty. Let's call this organ. Organ and harmonica. So the organ is also going to be actually, yeah, no. the organ is, I'm going to clone this, and so this one's going to be called organ. And then I'm going to clone it again. And because of the spread pan. So, and then I'm going to turn this panning the other way. And then I paste this here. And then I go and grab the other layer. And paste it there. Actually, I can, well, no. So, paste this here, and then Alt-C to change the color. And then I can also paste it on the next bar, because we're going to need it twice. Alt-C to change the color, and then copy and paste. And then I forgot to change the color after I pasted it. So Alt-C again. And then now we just have to select the organ as our patch. So I think it's organ 3 on the SCVA. This is also comes from the, why is it not moving? This one also comes from the, oh, because I don't have a scroll thing. This one also comes from the Roland U220. Well, that's okay. The organ's right here, so I don't care. For some reason, the scrolling isn't working. Cool, so that should be right? That's the right octave. Yeah, it just needs to be a lot brighter. But we're gonna do that in post. Let me go to this organ and create a new mixer track. And send the lower layer to that too. And just real quick, just so it sounds a little more like it, I'm gonna boost those high frequencies. Yes. Nice. Nice, and then we can kind of take down the lower frequencies too. Like that. That's good. So that corrects that, and now we just need the harmonica. Let's see. Oh no, that's a couple problematic tracks. Hey, so does that mean they're still not quite ready to go? No, we're letting them go out to people, so you guys can listen to them, but we're just gonna replace those discs, I think, whenever the time comes. That must be heartbreaking for you after all the delays. It's a little frustrating, but that's how it goes. It's I guess you got to have these hardships at least sometime. But I'm working it out. It's my first time doing vinyl, so I wasn't exactly prepared for this. But from now on, I'm definitely going to have to approve all of the vinyls before they're sent out, like as approve the test pressings. Because I listened to the masters, but I did not listen to the test pressings, so that's where it went wrong. It was fine with the digital files, but it got pressed wrong at the plant. So yeah, I'm gonna have to approve the test pressings myself from now on. But this, so the TG77. The harmonica comes from the TG77, so we're gonna be recording straight from the TG77, and I have a unit here that was sent to me by the sponsor, and so I have it highlighted the flute right now, but we don't want the flute, we want the harmonica. And so now I just have to press effects bypass so we don't get any reverb. And then I just find the harmonica patch, which is called Muthi. And not that way. Here we go, Muthi. So now if I play the keyboard, so that's yeah, that's good. So I have my input going into the master as like I have it sent to my Focusrite, and the input is going into FL Studio. So we just want to, I want to go to Edison, and I have a limiter here, so just in case the volume fluctuates too much. But let me go and grab that one harmonica line that is playing, and let's see. It would be this one here, I believe. No, the next one. So this one, and then Control Shift. Select that. Control C. And then I want to put that into the MIDI out. And then if I play it, the MIDI will play the harmonica, right? Nice. So that sounds good. Now it's entirely too quiet. So now I'm just gonna up the volume until it reaches what I want. Let's see. And it's going to be loud because I want it to be recorded loud for now. Like to fill the waveform. And actually, I do want to record this in 48,000 hertz. So I'm going to save this project, and I'm in 44.1 right now. So I want to save this project as, let's see, the little sprite. And now that I'm in 48, I'm going to load the project up again. Ooh. Na, 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 na. Okay, so we got it here. Now I just have to record this line. And let me mute out these organ patches for now. And then I just hit record, and I think FL Studio de-arms my mixer whenever I restart a new project, so let's rearm that. And then play. Nice. Okay, so now we just trim the side noise and save the sample or save it into my mana folder in TG77 recordings, and let's call this sprite, underscore harmonica. And now if we go into the folder and then we refresh the browser, it'll show up. And we can just drag it in. But it's going to be entirely too loud, so I want to take the volume down to about 50%. And now we don't have any envelope on this, I don't think, so. We do have a little bit of panning though. But one thing I want to do is I want to name this pattern, wait, what is it? Why? Okay. That's weird. So this is called, let's see. Oh, because of that. Yeah, so we can just name this organ. No harmonica now, so. So now let me drop the organ in as well. Oops. I can mute this MIDI out now. And I want to kind of take down the... Well, no, I don't think I want to do that because that way it sounds more like a real marimba. We can figure that out later. I was going to take the release down, but I think well, a real marimba wouldn't be that necessarily that released. Like I have that much of a tail, so maybe we can take it down a bit. Take the release down. Oh, but this is part 2 that I'm editing. I want to edit part 1. Let me give it -20. Yes. Nice. So let's see. So now we have the harmonica and organ. But I need the panning for the harmonica, so that would be this channel right here. So let's play it right here. And being this channel, we have 31% right. So let's copy that. Let's go to the filter group and select all so we can see the recording, and let's paste it to the pan knob of the recording. Nice, now it's panned. Okay, so what else do we have going on? We also have a flute. Ah, then it switches to accordion again. And then it switches back to flute. And that's all. So I've copied only the flute bits. And then now I want to find first empty and call this melody. And the flute doesn't have an envelope, does it? Do we need to... No, I don't think it does. So we don't need to worry about that. I think I don't need to name this very... I think I can just use the MIDI out and paste it in there and make this a throwaway channel. So here we've got it, and I don't want to have this space in the recording, and so let me just drag this space away. And then we can, because I don't want to store space, but I'll give it a chance for the tail to go away. I don't want to store space in a file, because that's just wasting file space. Like store silence in this. I don't want to store silence in a file. So now what I want to do is, if I play it now, it's going to play the harmonica. So we have to go and switch back to the flute. So here's the screen. And then I just go to the buttons here. Change to the flute. Now we have the flute. And now it should sound good. It's gotta go an octave up, so let's control up, hold control, press up. And then we can boost the volume. Oops, I clicked the note. Nice. Okay, so we can record that. Let's press new and then push the record button. Nice. Okay, now let's stop the recording and trim the side noise. And then we can save this as sprite flute. Okay, let's see. I just saw you live, and I think it's awesome you show your process. Your master of DKC has been super inspiring in the soundtrack to my last few weeks. Thanks for everything. You're welcome, William. Welcome to the stream. All right. So now we have this recording saved. So let's refresh the browser. And then now it's here, so we just drag it in. And this is the part where we have that tail at the end, that part that goes at the end. So we just create space for it by, oh wait, I have to change my snap. I have to set it to like a half a beat. We'll cut here at the half beat, and then we set it back to a bar. And then we just drag it over here. Oh, but I'm gonna need a smaller snap, because it's got to go right here. And then I'm just going to insert one up here and put the flute above the organ and harmonica. And then the flute recording goes there. Now, what is our panning for the flutes? Let's see. So it's this channel right here. We have 31% right. So let me copy that value and set the filter group to all so we can see our audio recordings, and then paste the value there. But does it change whenever we go into that second line, that second part? Let me highlight that section. So this is it right here. This is the channel, and it's still 31% to the right, so we're good. Now we just want to grab our harmonica line, which is, let's see, and this is the harmonica line right here, these 4 bars. So let's copy that. And then let's go into our pattern 8, delete this because we don't need it anymore. And let's paste that. Now we need to change back to the harmonica on the TG77, so let's see. We got our flute here, then we just use the buttons, go, I think it's like back, right? No. Muthi, there we go. Okay, so now we just... Now we just record. Well, I want to test it first. But let's go to new. We can take down the volume a little bit. Nice. Okay, so let's press record. And I'm going to put a note at the end so it can fade out. Dead note. Cool, that lets that tail ring out, and then we just stop the recording. But it cuts off a little bit of the recording when it does that. For some reason. Oh wait, it's actually... I think it was actually done, it's just that it had like a really short drop off. Cool, so let's save that as... Harmonica 2. And then we refresh the browser. And then let's drop this in. Now I think I have a, yeah, the harmonica goes here. So we can just put the harmonica here. And then that'll be good right there. But what is our panning for this harmonica? And we also need to, I forgot to do this for the flute too. I also need to set it to like 50% volume. And the same for the second harmonica. So now I just want to know what is the panning on the harmonica for this part. Probably just 31% right, because the other harmonica and the flute were both 30% right. So this is the line right here. It's actually center, what? So it starts out, and then the harmonica goes center, and then it goes 31% to the right for the second harmonica. So, but that's fine. We have two separate recordings, so I just leave this center then. And actually, I've been neglecting my mixing tracks. So, castanets need a mixing track, which is going to be 6. So does the clap at 7. And the sticks at 8. And then the harmonica is going to go at 9. And the flute is going to go at 10. So we have the castanets. The clap. The sticks. Wait, I don't even think I've used the sticks for this project yet. I think I just threw them in there because I thought I heard them at some point, but we'll leave them there until further notice. And then we have the harmonica. And then the flute. Cool, so that works. Okay, so wait, I've still got the I really need to remove those notes. Let me see. Let me Controls X to cut, just quicker than deleting. And then that'll ought to take care of that. So let's see what we've got next then. Oh, we've got another flute line. But it's important that I didn't record them together because they're panned differently. So this one is panned the other way. So this lower line, so it should just be this. And then there's a big pause, big rest. And it comes back around. Nice, so that, we can just copy this whole thing, really. Except that last note, because that's the loop. Let's copy this and paste it in pattern 8. You can delete this and Control V to paste. And now I want to remove the silence here. Because right now, for our purposes, I don't enjoy the silence. So I don't want to store it in a file. You never want to store silence in a file because you're just wasting space. And I like to be efficient even if I have the space available. So that's good. I've got a quarter note space between each of these lines. Now I have to change again back to the moving patch. Let me see. Here we go. Push the button to go to the right, I think. Flute, there we go. So now let me adjust. That's good. So now we're on the flute again, and we have to put it an octave up, remember? So raise the volume a bit. Nice. Okay, so now we just do new and then record this line. Nice, and then quit the recording. Stop playback and trim side noise. Now we want to save this recording as flute 2. Okay, so yeah. So that's good. Now we refresh the browser and then drop the second flute line in there. Let me make a new track for this. Let's see. So it stops right there. And then I just goes here, and then I make another cut for that second part. And then drag that there. And now I have to make this at 50% volume. And I'll put the organ, I'll put this up right here. Nice. So now what is next? I think I accidentally closed Kuroneko. So I think that's it. Wait, oh, I need that I need a second harmonica line. Or wait, maybe the harmonica line goes here. Yeah, it does. Okay, that was the second part of the harmonica line. The other part of the harmonica line is still needed. That's this right here. So we have okay, so that's all harmonica. And first off, I want to take the the next flute panning and copy that knob. And then go to the filter group and select all. And then let me paste that here. So now we should have an even spread and panning on our flute. Yes. Okay, so we have, let's just go to this harmonica line and press Control C. And then we go to pattern 8 and delete this here. Paste. And yes. Now we just have to switch back for the final time, switch back to the harmonica patch. So we go Woothie. There we go. And now my camera's fuzzy. Let's see. Nice. Okay. So let's play. So is that the right octave? It should be. Oh yeah. It's just a bit more abrasive down there in the original hardware. And I think this patch is a little bit quieter, so let's turn down the input knob. Nice. Okay, so let's record that. And play. Now the only problem with that is that I didn't give the tail. I forgot to give the tail time to fully ring out. So let's record that again. One more time. One more time. Let me put a dead note here so it gives it space. It doesn't immediately start over again. Now let's record and nice. So stop playback and let's trim the side noise. And then we can save this line as the third harmonica, I think. Okay, and now that we are done with recordings, we can delete Edison, and we can also save this project and switch back to 44.1. This is going to be important because whenever we go back to, like when we're doing the mixing phase, this is going to, it's going to be a lot of unnecessary strain on our computer to mix in 48. So I just load up the project again. And mostly it's just unnecessary strain on my computer to be staying in 48 all the time. Sweet to see live. Is it the harsher sound chip pulled over or no? I'm not sure. Is the harsher sound on which you mean? The harsher sound on whatever you're hearing is probably the chip, because the chip added a bit of distortion. So you were probably like, it could have been mixing, but it was most likely a little bit of like, it could have been they applied distortion before they put it into the game, but most likely it's the chip distortion. So yeah, this is, let's see, we have to add this flute to our regular flute channel. And then let me drag in the second harmonica. Oh, I also have to go, wait, this is it. Yeah, this is it. Oh, wait a minute, is this? This is the second harmonica line, right? Let me take this down to 50% volume. I think this one was like an echo or something. Let's see. Wait a minute. I think this is like a chorus. Like this part is a repeat of that part. So let's see. Wait, no, it starts here, so it can't be. No, it starts here. Wow. Okay, somehow I recorded this line twice, so I can delete that. And the panning for this is just center, so it doesn't matter. And we can oh, I have to delete the instance also. Okay, so that means that this right here is a, yeah, that's a layer. So we have this, and let me move this higher. Cool. So the panning for this should be center, right? Let's see. This is actually 30% to the left, so I want to copy this value, go set the filter group to all, go to my recording and paste it on the recording. But does it stay at that panning? Because I think we had a change. Yeah, it switches to center for some reason. So I'm going to have to automate that. And in order to automate that, I need a pattern, but I can just do that in another pattern that's being used, like the marimba. I can have the marimba automate that. So let me go to edit events in the marimba pattern, Control I to paste what's already there. And then I'm going to go to the pencil, set my snap to bar. And then in that section, it should be center. And actually, I can just paste that automation instead of doing all this. I can just copy this go to my marimba pattern and right-click the panning knob for our recording and delete that. And then just paste this. Wait, why is it? You stupid. It just... it must take it wherever the playhead is. So I have to send the playhead to the beginning. And it doesn't. Why? So dumb. So for some reason, maybe I have to do pattern. There we go. Well, Studio is so stupid sometimes. Okay, so now it should switch. Wait, but there is another line going on here. What is this? I swear that's just like the same line over again. Wait a minute. Ah, it's like an echo. I say I didn't know this composer used those like as an actual double. Nice. So we'll kind of replicate that in the in mixing. Because we don't need to have another recording for that. So that's cool. Let's see. Let me take out all these drum channels. And so that is an octave flute, I think. So we should have... No, it's not. It's got to be the flute and harmonica. Yeah, that's the flute and harmonica. I feel like I'm missing something. Am I missing something in that section? I think the organ was just like not coming through right. Like it's not poking through enough. But that is something we can do in mixing. So we already given everything a mixer track, except for this. We need to put this in with the harmonica. So now let's try to level the volumes a bit. I think the flute can be quieter. Let me pull our Nice. Okay, that works. Now we just have to go through everything and make it pop. Because it sounds very flat. So we need to like boost it up a bit, give it some distortion and stuff. There's some saturation. So start with the kick. Let's solo that. Let's boost that a bit. Saturation knob. It makes it boomier. Definitely. Now the Q we can saturate to and we can also do a bit of exciter. Yes. Let me see if that sounds like it has reverb or anything. Nah, nothing sounds like it has reverb. Let me take it down to the volume of the kick. The kick should be pay at 6, yeah. Nice. And let me get a little bit of chorus on the Q. Slow chorus, so it feels like it's changing every now and then. Yes. Oh, that sounds so much better. Now the hi-hat is already pretty saturated. It's already pretty beefy. It's already pretty bright too, so now what I need to do, I need to kind of turn it down a bit. It's too loud. And I don't think I want to give it any reverb, right? Nice. I actually think that's good as is, but actually I need to put the kick into the drums bus and the Q as well, and so does the hi-hat go there. Now the marimba definitely needs a boost. And maybe an exciter too. Yes. Let me see if that sounds like it has a reverb. And I also want to put a compressor on it because like a compressor kind of just makes it feel like it's more like it's a stronger punch. It gives it punch. That's what a compressor does. Compresses the volume. See, now you hear that transient. And if we ease up on it, you hear it. And I can also change the attack. And I want to make sure it keeps the same volume. Let me raise it up a couple decibels. Now if we audition that, actually doesn't make much of a difference. Let me check the original. Yeah, it was really beady, really sharp. Let me raise it up a bit too. Nice. There we go. Really has it. He really has it highlighting that that pop. Nice. Well, that's cool. Let's try this organ. Let me just play the pattern. Oh yes, let's beef that up a bit. And let's I think it also has some chorus on it. Like in the YouTube 20, he might have set it with chorus. That's cool. And let's do some, let's put an exciter on that. Nice. So now if we play that back in the original, it was a little beatier in the original too. So let me put a compressor on that as well. I can find my compressor. Here we go. So you just take the threshold down. The threshold is where it starts to reduce the volume. Is what volume is the maximum before it starts reduction. And the ratio is how much it reduces the volume. I don't really think too much about this knob, but it's important. There we go. Now we can raise this up. Nice. About 3 dB. That'll do it. I think I can give it a little bit more bass. I don't have to reduce the bass that much. Yes. Nice. That's good. So next we have the castanets. They have a little bit of built-in reverb in there, so let's kind of remove that. Yes. Maybe not the entire tail, that's probably a little bit too much. Okay, and we can beef that up a little bit. And excite it a bit. And let's give it a little bit of chorus for dynamics. Yes. At the clap, we can give some chorus. And we can also excite it. It's pretty beefy on the low end, so we don't need that. But we do need to really get that snap. Nice. And we actually didn't use the sticks, so we can delete that. We can also delete the channel dedicated to the sticks. I thought I had heard it in the original, but no. Okay, so that's going to be sent to the drums bus, and so is the castanets. And the organ will be sent to accompaniment. So will the marimba. And then the harmonica, which starts here. And now here comes that distortion you were talking about. Give it some saturation and an exciter. But we want to be careful when those notes double up, because that's going to double up the input on the saturator. Nice. We don't need chorus on it because the TG77 does a good job of having subtle changes. So that would just be overkill for that. And let's put this into the lead line. And remember, we actually have at one point a echo on this thing. So let's go and try to figure that out. It happens right here in bar 13. So let's zoom into that and see if we can see what the timing is of that delay. So this is the original channel, I think. This is the non-delay part because it's definitely happens first. So the other one must be the echo. Okay, so this is it. This is what we want. And the interval here is what is it, like a third? Yeah, it's a third of a step. So we want to put a delay on here that is a third of a step. So let's go half volume on the delay. Let's make it only one echo, or maybe a little bit more. And a third of a step would be 32. 31 is close enough. So let's just diffuse the volume and set the offset panning a bit. And let's take the level down too. Nice. Now the flute. It's already pretty beefy, so let's just give it an exciter to brighten it up. But I think that even the distortion from the exciter hurts it because it's already pretty saturated. So let's just EQ it up. Yes. We could probably also get that same effect just using the native EQ. Nice. But I do believe these two recordings were supposed to have some kind of pan to them. So let me go and review that. Yeah. This one is 30, the first one's 31% to the right. Oh, it is that way. Why is it? Oh, is it just like spread so well? Because it looked mono. I think it just looked mono to me. But that's, never mind that. So that should be good for the flute. Now we just set it to the lead bus. And now it should be complete. Let me raise this up in volume a bit. Oh look, I've been missing what y'all are saying in the chat. No panning for this? No, not for, well, I think I covered that. If there's something I didn't cover, forgot to for the panning, just let me know. Just to say you're good. Just to say here to say you're doing good, King. Thank you, sir. Hello. Hello, Jean-Claude. the passion this guy has for what he does is incredible. Very nice to see. Thank you. I appreciate that. And let me replace this limiter for a Maximus because we're going to do some mastering. So that means we're just going to make everything like louder. We're going to you can kind of get away with a little bit of volume compression to make it seem like it's louder than it is and to get a lot of like big booming out of it. And the way you do that is by multi-band compression. So it has 3 bands of compression along the spectrum. There's a high one, a middle one, and a low one. Now, if you just did a limiter or just did a compressor, it would make it feel compressed because it would be compressing the volume all as one. But this independently compresses each of the volumes in the high and low and middle end of the spectrum. So what you could do, like if I do something in the bass, if I compress this bass, it's not going to affect the rest of the mix. See, I'm just compressing the bass right now. So I'm making that bass a little bit boomier, making the bass a little bit more consistent. And I might be able to get away with just compressing this a little bit down a little bit more. Or just boosting this bass up to here. Because we don't have any, it's just the kick. We don't have any bass. Actually, I think this is, yeah. I'll just keep it there because we have that fluctuation in the kicks to worry about. Now the middle, we can kind of just take the cap off of that. Now the highs, we have to kind of even out this, we have to kind of even out the spikes here. So now if we go back to the beginning, oh, we still have too much dynamics. We don't want a lot of dynamics here. Actually, this is good right here. I think it's just a little bit more dynamic in the beginning. Now the only thing is I can't hear that organ very well, so let me boost it. Also, I don't want the chorus to be so obvious. Let me take it down a bit. Oh, wow. So the problem here is that the middle is doubling up, is too high here. But it's just compressing it too much. So what I want to do is, I don't want to take it down because now we have all this space here. I want to let it get loud. So I want to turn off the compressor in this moment. So let me create an automation clip. And that's this right here. So this is going to be like this down position is on. And then if I raise it a bit, it should be off, the compressor off. Let's see what happens here. Nice. So That's good. I want to do the same thing for the second part now. And that might be not a good move. Let me just remove that. I'm just gonna have to, I think I should just reduce the volume, to be honest, of the harmonica. Let's see. I think it's the harmonica is taken over because I didn't even notice. Oh, it's because there's a harmonica, flute, and it's actually two harmonicas and a flute going on there. So we do have a lot of melodies there. So let me just up the allowance of the middle. And now I think we had more bass in the original, didn't we? I think because it sounds like it's not booming enough. Yeah, I think that sub bass is booming a lot more. That sub bass is booming in a lot more in the original, and where that sub bass comes from, if we listen to just the bass, is the kick. So we need to boost the kicks low. There we go. And now we can raise the allowance of the bass to about like 6 dB. Yes. And now that's going to raise the overall volume up, so let's take down the gain on the master. But that might be too much for the bass, so let's take that down a bit. Let's go to below the 6. So now if I go to the kick, I want to just reduce the, we'll go to 2 dB. That sounds pretty good. See, now that looks like healthy levels right there. Like we are approaching the limiter, but not exceeding it. Let's see how we do in that next section. Nice, so that's not too bad. We have a little bit of spike there, but not too much. And actually, I do believe that the problem was we had too loud of a kick there. Like it was... Maybe if we take down the velocity in the kicks at that moment. Oops, I want to take it down only in that last section. Yeah, because the note is going down, so it's getting boomier. Maybe that'll reduce some of that spike there. No, it wasn't the kick. I don't think we need to reduce that because it's just getting more bass. So it's going back into the bass more. I want to check on the hi-hat volume. It feels too loud. Oh, that doesn't feel too loud. Nice. So that's good. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all listen to that for a bit, and then I'm gonna write my title and artist line. I forgot to turn the mic back on. Panning on those marimbas sounds almost reverb in the original. What I'm hearing, no panning, but all those marimba sounds almost reverberated in the original. So let me check on that. Yeah, it sounds like that because he's got it because of distortion, I think. Like the way the sound, there's no like quiet, like they had to bring up all the volumes in there. But let me see what I can do about that. Maybe I can put a little reverb on it. Let me use TSAR1R. That sounds good. Yeah, that works. I kind of like it without without those notes. And yeah, it sounds good with the marimba. Let me try to put it actually up a little bit. Let me make it a reverse chord. There you go. Nice. Okay, so that'll do. Let me make this as an MP3. Okay, so that'll about do it. Nobody else has any concerns. I think we'll hop off for today. I might come back in an hour and do another one if I have time because it's only 2:22. And yeah, I might come back after taking a break and eating and whatnot, and then we'll come and do another one. All right, so this will be in the Discord. I'm gonna drop it now. And I will see you guys probably in an hour or two. I'll post it up if I'm like when I'm about 15 minutes out. So let me just drop this into my Discord. And thanks for coming, guys. We will come back probably in about an hour or two. All right. Jam and Sam out.